I always like to start off with a little Ric Flair. Democrats get owned in the debates last night. But is it too late for what some call the red wave? Oh boy. But yeah, we got some clips from Oz versus Fetterman, Zeldin versus Hochul, and Dixon versus Whitmer. Now, if you don't know anything that we're talking about, you're definitely going to learn today. Yeah, so you're going to want to see them all. No doubt about that. Hey, we got this and so much more here today on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's Conversation.
How's everyone's ears, all right?
What?
Ah!
Hey.
Wah, 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 wah. Hey, what's going on? My name is Joe Padula. Oh, no, not this again with the screen, huh? We'll deal with it. Yeah, I'm a veteran, not a victim. Former Screaming Eagle soldier with the 2nd Brigade Combat Team Strike of the 101st Airborne Division Air Assault. And I appreciate you. I really do. And your time. I know how precious that is. You guys are working some of you 2 jobs just to make some extra bucks so you can buy eggs. I get it. But I also thank you for the opportunity to serve with you as we are all now soldiers in today's culture war, my friends. That's right, battle buddies. I got your 6. Ladies, you can get mine. That means I got your back.
We're winning.
You know, I want to think we are winning.
We are, because now you hear them yelling louder.
Well, there is before we go on, make sure to share this video, please. We are a shadow band. I hate begging, but yes, for the message to get heard and spread, we definitely need your help. Smash those like buttons. You know, it helps with the algorithm. They suppress us. We are shadow banned, which means they're going to put us at the bottom, if they even put us in there at all. Definitely subscribe to the channels, like the channels, Rumble, YouTube, Facebook. Yep. And hey, speaking of Facebook, if you're on there, if you want to send some stars, love you for it. Love you for it. It's not necessary, but it helps. It helps. Every little bit helps. Let's see who is in the studio today. What's up, Bay?
Nothing.
How you doing?
All right.
Yeah, Bay is all right. Look at that back. Move the microphone on my elbow. Something a little kid would say. I'm sorry. I was DJing a gig, right?
How'd that go?
This little kid comes up to me, starts, I have a zipper. And he just started up and down with, I'm like, all right, good for you. Look. And then I can see my tongue. And then I'm like, please get out of here before someone starts accusing things.
Look what I can do.
Yeah, look what I can do. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Mom, Joe's being presidential again.
Oh. What's up, Bishop?
What's going on, man? That was one heck of a UFC card you were just listing off in the beginning of the show.
Oh.
Oz versus Fetterman.
Right.
Yeah.
Whitmer. And I love me some this Lee Zeldin out of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some races, we got some election coverage for you today. What's up, Chris Early?
What's going on?
I don't know. I gotta work on these screens. There's something wrong with these screens.
Well, I mean,
I think it's because I have it on Smart Energy. So you can't see it, but behind the scenes, right now, one of the main monitors is flickering in and out because I have it on like Energy Saver.
And it keep cutting out.
It's like trying to power your house with solar panels.
well, what it is the second you don't move the mouse, it thinks that you're done with the computer and tries to put it in sleep mode.
Well, I'm gonna be moving this thing the whole time.
Where's intern Shane when you need him?
Yeah, I don't know. He farted, remember?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, remember when he farted?
Worst
buddy?
gas chamber experience I've ever had in my life.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, with that being said, let's go to it, my friends. Those in the comments, Anthony, YouTube fan. We're back on YouTube, by the way. We're out of YouTube jail. Yay. Hi, YouTubes.
Yeah, it says Joe Padula, hi, Joe and company,
Yeah.
Chris, etc. I mean, I'm in parentheses, so
Parentheses.
I'm not even there, but
yeah,
you know.
you would be and company.
Yeah, you're Enco.
Okay. Yeah.
Happy
Enco
that
era.
most of the Northeast is done with the rain. Honestly, we need more choices than the parties than 2 parties to vote for.
Wait, did he say Eagles rule?
Yeah, fly Eagles fly, baby.
Ban him. Get him. How do you block Anthony, YouTube
I'm in it.
fan? Okay.
Done.
Don't go against the church, Joe.
But all right, here we go. So our lead story is definitely what took place last night. And Disclaimer, this is very sad. What I witnessed, I laughed, and then I'm like, nuh-uh, Joe. It's not a joke what this guy is going through. I don't care for his policies. I think he's a puppet shill. I'm not the biggest Dr. Mehmet Oz guy either. Don't get me wrong.
No.
Okay? But this guy. So they got some big races going on. Bay, there's some big races going on in Pennsylvania, New York, and Michigan. And Arizona, Nevada. But today we're going to focus on the debates that took place for the Senate race in Pennsylvania. And here, this is how he opens with.
As lieutenant governor, you're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Too easy.
I'm
Okay.
running to serve Pennsylvania. He's running to use Pennsylvania.
Bay, did you hear how he opened?
Yeah.
That's when I left, when I was watching this last night.
Hello,
I
good
guess he
night,
was trying to
everybody.
use it in its proper context, but it's,
He just should have said the whole.
it's still a faux
As
pas.
lieutenant governor,
So, okay, real quick, okay? Fetterman's health has been not very good for quite some time, and actually, it caused him to have a stroke in May. Now, from what I understand, if you're able to do extensive rehab after having a stroke, you can get back your cognitive skills. And that first 3 months is so important. We're now after 6 months of that said stroke.
you're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.
He meant to say good evening, but his brain's not working.
I think he's just ready to go home.
Good night, everybody.
Hey, he doesn't feel right outside of his hoodie.
Oh, good night, everybody. Just not good. They talked about fracking, but before we get into fracking, and you definitely want to check this one out. This was when I started going, oh, he's not good.
He flip-flops more than Joe Biden.
He's not good. Something ain't right in his head. But before we do, oh, yes, that's right. Listen, you got to buy a house, right? You got to sell a house. You got to rent a place or something. I'll tell you, you want Blue Cord Realty. That's right. The housing market is in a very complicated phase right now. And Blue Cord Realty, the team, well, they're the ones that you need to close that deal. They'll get it done. They got it. Bill and Kelly and their team. Go check them out. I mean, they're one of the biggest brokerages here in the Middle Tennessee. And Tennessee is booming. Booming!
You ain't lying.
You know,
too much.
They're flocking out of New York. They're flocking out of California. Where are they coming? They're coming to Texas. They're coming to Florida. They're coming to Tennessee. You guys are also more than welcome. Just do me a favor. Leave your politics at home. You're moving for a reason.
Alaska's open.
Yeah.
It's beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, I don't know. No, don't go to Alaska. I don't think Blue Cord operates out of there. But yes.
Yet.
There's
a pretty
Gives
good
them an
infantry base
option.
out there.
There's a military installation out there. We can make it happen.
Air assault.
Aerosol. Blue Cord Realty, Clarksville.com. And that link is in the video description. All right. So, where were we? We were about to do the fracking, right?
Got to yell out
Flip-flop fracking.
some other people. Tim Balin's here watching.
What's up, Tim? So, as we know, Pennsylvania fracking is huge. Huge industry, huge energy creation industry in Pennsylvania, especially western Pennsylvania. So, fracking is very, very important, especially when you're running to be the senator of that state.
I do want to clarify something. You're saying tonight that you support fracking, that you've always supported fracking, but there is that 2018 interview that you said, quote, I don't support fracking at all. So how do you square the two?
Oh, I do support fracking.
I hear you, and I want to laugh. Okay, I want to laugh.
Here's the
No, because he was like, "Oh, you talking to me?"
Well, here's the thing, Bay, and Eric, you know this too, that they had these. So, this is the only time at a federal debate where they used machines. They have these two huge screens above the reporters. Putting up the words of what everyone's saying.
Yeah, closed captions.
Closed caption for him to read. Because of that stroke,
He has an auditory problem
Yes.
processing.
But you can't go off. I mean, the doctors that he saw and they interviewed said that it would take about 6 months to get to his fullest, most able-bodied recovery state. But even before that, these are the same people that are trying to say, "Oh, you're ableist." But when
Hold
Trump
that
had-
thought. We'll get into that.
Okay.
So wait.
Hold that thought.
You don't have to take a mental test
Here, Bay.
to be.
Hold that thought.
we
We'll
have
get
to-
into that.
We're going too
Mr. Oz,
fast.
I do want to clarify
Good
something.
question, good tease.
You're saying tonight that you support fracking, that you've always supported fracking, but there is that 2018 interview that you said, quote, I don't support fracking at all. So how do you square
What's
the
up,
two?
Geiger?
I do support fracking, and I support fracking, and I do support fracking.
Okay, thank you.
It's like something a kid would say.
Sounds like something Joe Biden would say.
Yes.
With a little bit
But-
more.
Imagine
more
the Biden Fetterman ticket.
If they don't see something wrong with that man, because that's all he said was that.
And the problem is, though, in Pennsylvania, they've already started the early voting.
See, here's the thing, though.
He's got
It's a
18%
cult, Bay. It's a cult. There are people that said,
Oh, I know.
"Hey, he won." Watch, okay. Well, here's real quick a little history.
I've always supported fracking. I don't support fracking at all, and I never have.
Yeah, I called for a moratorium on fracking. There's no such thing as a green fracker.
I'm not pro-fracking.
2016 fracking moratorium pledge that Fetterman signed for an environmental watchdog group, as well as a 2016 tweet he sent while running for U.S. Senate.
I don't support fracking. I think it's something that has to eventually go away. And
Remember
I would
that
like to see it
Pennsylvanians when
transition out.
you know you're go filling up your gas tank there. They talked about price gouging too.
Of
Back
course.
to you, Mr. Fetterman, for a follow-up. In an op-ed for the Wilkes-Barre Times Leader, you wrote, quote, it is time we crack down on the big price gouging corporations that are making record profits while jacking up prices for all of us. How do you plan to do this, sir? You mentioned going after price gouging corporations. How do you plan to do this? You have 30 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. We have to keep pushing back on that. And he would never make that choice to fight for families here in Pennsylvania. You know, he has never met an oil company that he doesn't swipe right about. You know, he has never been able to stand up for working families all across Pennsylvania. You know, we must push back. Inflation has hurt Americans and Pennsylvania's families, and it has given the oil companies record profits.
All right.
Eric, you know what this sounds like to me?
Joe Biden.
When I was running for vice president, and I was running for class president in 8th grade, and we had our debate.
Yeah.
That's what this sounds like.
Yeah, the uh-uhs and the uh-uhs.
That's
and
exactly what this sounds like.
The inability to formulate your thought before you speak.
Right.
Doesn't he have a prep team? And he has the handicap card he could play, so he could have his stuff already pre-written like Joe Biden does.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Mr. Fetterman. Turning to the next issue. Dan.
They kept calling him Mr. Fetterman, and they kept on calling Dr. Oz Mr. Oz. I wonder what that's about.
Ooh,
It's to take away any, Mr. Fetterman and Mr. Oz. It's to take away any kind of.
Well, then why didn't they call him Dr. Oz and Lieutenant Governor?
Because it's not the same playing field.
Fetterman.
When you're on the same playing field, Mr. and Mr., it's the same playing field. There's no extra. Oh well, he's a doctor. My expertise, and it's.
Well, it's just interesting that you got a guy who's running against a doctor, and the guy who's running against a doctor actually needs a doctor.
And what if he identifies as a doctor?
Well,
like Jill Biden?
You have to use the correct pronouns.
So they had these issues with the houses, okay, about they own houses. So real quick, Fetterman lives off his parents. His parents got down.
He lives in a cave.
So, and Oz has bought houses for real estate purposes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Something I want to do.
Like they always do to make money.
Yes, right. Let's see what they have to say about this one.
Oz.
I've been trying to talk about policy issues with the people of Pennsylvania. As a doctor, I listen to their ideas and I want to talk about them. When John Fetterman brings up houses, the irony is he didn't pay for his own house. He got it for $1 from his sister. And he hasn't been able to earn a living on his own. He's lived off his parents. So it's not a topic that we should be debating on the stage. We should be talking about crime and inflation, the issues that are hurting Pennsylvanians that they're talking about at their kitchen table.
That's like he got his Pennsylvania
All right,
house
Mr. Fetterman.
from his own inlays from $1.
Mr.
That's
Fetterman, we have to.
Inlays.
All right, you heard it.
They both look like Batman villains.
The inlays.
Yeah.
That's
Jessica Kleiner goes, wow. I think he goes
Geiger?
to the same doctor as Joe Biden.
Yeah, you mean
Geiger?
Jill? Yeah.
Yeah, poor guy. Sounds like today I kept getting retaliation and retribution screwed up. Yeah. They also were talking about Social Security. So here's the thing: the Fetterman campaign has put out campaign ads against Dr. Oz there about Social Security, saying they're going to cut Social Security. Nobody's ever said that. You know what I mean?
Wasn't Fetterman a Bernie bro?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. It's all right. Emmett Oz likes Bernie too. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Dr. Oz.
I like Bernie, but I don't like his policies.
Yeah,
He's a socialist.
You can like the person without liking his policies.
Oz.
I've been trying to talk about.
Oh yeah, we played this one. Here's
the
the Social
couples
Security.
want to make their first down payment on a new house and they can't afford it anymore because of interest rates. I've talked to families.
You want to cut
petrified.
Social Security.
Mr.
So
Fetterman,
he
it's his
just
turn
he
for
just
his
starts
closing.
yelling stuff out.
That's like a form of Asperger's or Tourette's.
Talk to couples want to make their first down payment on a new house and they can't afford it anymore because of interest rates. I've talked to families.
You want to cut
petrified.
Social Security.
Mr. Fetterman,
Like,
it's his turn.
he
for
likes
his closing.
cookies.
No, Trump set the bar on that. We can't lie. But Trump did it, and it was kind of funny.
Here they go about taxes. I do like that this Channel 11 WIPX, I think is the station. I don't know why they couldn't get like real buzzers or you know what I mean.
They hit the bell. Maybe it wouldn't be auditory enough for.
Mr. Fetterman, I will allow a 15-second rebuttal. He has
wrestling
specifically said you have not paid your taxes and that you want to raise taxes on Americans. How do you respond?
Absolutely. The Oz rule, of course, he's lying. It was helping two students 17 years ago to help them buy their own homes. They didn't pay the bills, and it got her paid, and it has never been an issue in any of the campaign before. It was all about nonprofit.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fetterman. Continuing with
Oh, you thought that was Isabel?
Yeah.
you, Mr. Fetterman, your opponent.
I couldn't follow that.
No, nobody can.
Early.
And I'm
He kinda
trying.
Looks like the
I'm like,
Happy Gilmore guy.
I really, it's like you got to put a bouncing ball, or maybe like those old math questions where you had to draw the line between the conversations.
Ah.
It's the time that messing them up because you only got so many seconds to
he
say
is
what
not
you
good
want,
under pressure.
and he can't cut what he want to say up.
Well, if you're going to be
Yeah.
on the federal Senate floor
You gotta be quick.
making decisions that affects not only just Pennsylvanians, but Americans. That's why we bring this up.
The
'cause-
whole country.
Right. A state senator affects that state. A federal senator representing a state
The host.
affects everyone.
Well, maybe they should give him some more time. I mean, like a wheelchair ramp, we understand it takes you a while to freaking connect the dots because of the recent injury. We'll give you an extra 30 seconds to actually think before you talk.
Just like on border policy, right?
Or at least
There's no Mexican border touching Pennsylvania, but this guy will get a say in the matter, right?
They are going to Pennsylvania.
For you, Mr. Fetterman, Vice President Kamala Harris says the
See the screens
They
behind
borrowed-
them?
They borrowed him from Joe Biden.
Those are the screens.
Teleprompters. He's probably still looking for it.
Well, it's a closed captioning person typing it behind it. and
I
they're
think
not
there's
all that well.
I don't. Hold that thought. We'll get into that too because
That's like in the courtroom, right?
Fetterman blamed this processing system. But we'll get into that. More teases.
Southern border is secure.
Hey, make sure to like, subscribe, comments. I'm sounding like freaking Fetterman here.
Sounds like Popeye.
Joe Fetterman.
What the
Joe
hell happened
Fetterman.
there? Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment, and click like, and share this video.
Like, comment, subscribe, share, and send stars like Christopher Foster did.
Chris Foster?
Sent 1,000 stars.
Expert Concrete Chris. When are you coming in, brother? I love that man. Yo, he's the best concrete guy around, by the way.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know.
I should have.
I
should have.
He's the best.
Yeah.
Him and his team, the best.
Yep. Chris, I'm needing a driveway, bud.
I cooked them dinner, too. ExpertConcrete.com.
Yet we are seeing an unprecedented number of migrants crossing. Is the border secure? And if not, what would you do to fix what both parties are calling a crisis? You have 60 seconds, Mr. Fetterman.
You know, I believe that a secure border can be compatible with compassion. I believe we need a comprehensive and bipartisan solution for immigration. That's what I believe.
Good.
I don't ever recall in the Statue of Liberty did they say, take our tired, huddled masses and put them on a bus and use cheap political stunts about them. I believe we have to develop a comprehensive and bipartisan solution to address our.
Wait. Hold on.
Are you smart
I
enough to
believe
throw a
we have
shot?
to develop a comprehensive and bipartisan solution to
Bipartisan.
address.
Is that a heart condition? Bipartisan?
No, that's the thing that you get over at Old Navy.
Political stunts about them. I believe we have to develop a comprehensive and bipartisan solution.
He was doing
to,
pretty
to
well on that
address
one, too.
Our issue here for immigration here in our nation.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. On to the
But
next
John's
issue.
not addressing the elephant in the room, fentanyl.
We have.
Yes, fentanyl. Right, drugs and
doctor, he
crime.
knows.
Right.
Because once they left that open, all that, them cartels was like, uh-oh.
Cha-ching! Cha-ching!
Yeah, they printed their own damn money there.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of crime, so this big dude chased around a black dude, and this big dude put a shotgun to his chest. Did you ever hear that story?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
As big as that guy is, he don't really need to put a shotgun in anybody's chest. I mean, he looks like Kane's little brother.
Person on the stage who's broken the law, we believe. John Fetterman took a shotgun, chased a unarmed African-American man, and put the gun, apparently, according to that man, to his chest. John, you weren't pulled over by the police. They let you go. You were the mayor at the time. Why haven't you apologized to that unarmed, innocent black man who you put a shotgun to his chest?
All right, we will allow a 30-second response to that, Mr. Fetterman.
Is Fetterman from Philly?
No. He was the mayor of Braddock, and I just watched a documentary on Braddock.
He gonna stutter most of that.
You're saying he's going to stutter.
Like
Chris?
like you are right now.
Yeah, it's addicting.
I think he's going to not even. He's going to glaze over it. It's not going to. He's not going to answer the question.
Eric?
Yeah. I don't know.
See, here's the problem with watching and listening to this stuff. You know, like when you're in a room, like when I'm in a room with a bunch of people that speak Jersey, my Jersey accent really comes out, right?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm hanging out with a stutterer or a guy that has a speech impediment or a brain impediment. And now I'm going to start.
Let's go, Brandon.
Geiger, I'm saying he doesn't make a complete sentence. Let's find out.
How much of that is actual stroke and how much of that is just him?
It's a stroke.
A lot.
It's
of it.
a stroke.
He was very coherent before the stroke.
Like, remember that clip I played of him saying against fracking?
Yeah.
That was before the stroke.
Specifically what he was saying, referring to the incident in Braddock.
I made the opportunity to defend our community as the chief law enforcement officer there. Everybody in Braddock, an overwhelmingly majority community of black community, all understood what happened. You know, they understood what happened, and everybody agreed that, and nobody believes that it was anything about me making a split-second decision to defend our community as well.
I'm telling you, it's like what's up, Bay?
Never got answered.
Never got answered.
Why did you put the shotgun to his chest? What was the reason?
Bay, he said the black community said it's okay. That's what he said, kind of, right?
In a roundabout way.
But again, it sounds like 8th grade Joey Padula went on that debate stage, was called out for shaking the vending machine, and I had to answer for that. Okay, and well, the vending machine, everyone was okay with it. It got stuck.
There was quarters,
and I didn't have enough change to buy another one. But I think I put a full amount of money in.
You can't. You had way too much coherency there.
Oh, did I? Was
Way
Why
too
not
much.
apologize?
Oh, and that's true. And he's just never apologized for it.
Decision to defend our community as well.
Why not apologize?
All right, here we go. Now they're talking about now again another Mastriano's running for governor over there.
Ability of states to do what they wish to do. The abortion decision should be left up to states, and specifically when John Fetterman.
You roll
once-
with Doug Mastriano.
John, when I'm
You
done,
are-
you can, John, you'll have your turn, John.
One moment, Mr. Fetterman. Continue, Mr.
Everybody wants to be like Uncle Donnie, but nobody quite pull it off.
So, the elephant in the room, the health. Mm-hmm. It gets brought up.
That's a really big elephant.
Yeah, no doubt.
The May primary. Last week, you released this note from your doctor saying you can work full duty in public office, but you have not released your detailed medical records surrounding your stroke. Mr. Fetterman, will you pledge tonight to release those records in the interest of transparency?
What do you think he says? I think he pulls out, it's in his pocket, and he goes, here. That's what I'm cool.
I'm going to go with my doctor said I'm fine.
Oh,
my
my-
doctor
my-
said I'm fine.
Repeating, okay. Bay?
I'm laughing.
Okay. Eric?
Yeah, he's gonna lie about it, but yeah.
You have 60 seconds.
No. To me, for transparency is about showing up. I'm here today to have a debate.
Yep.
I have, speeches in front of 3,000 people in Montgomery County, all across Pennsylvania, big crowds. I believe if my doctor believes that I'm fit to serve, and that's what I believe is appropriate. And now with 2 weeks before the election, I have run a campaign and I've been very transparent about being very open about the fact we're in use captioning. And I believe that, again, my doctors, the real doctors that I believe in, they all believe that I'm ready to be served.
Follow up, I didn't.
Enough with the belief.
Why can't they just answer with a simple yes
Bay,
or no?
You would be a very good moderator.
He's got
Okay, listen to the follow-up from the moderator.
he's got the Harris disease.
No BS, Bay.
Right. Bay would be very good at moderating debates. Here, look.
I believe that I'm ready to be served.
Follow up, I didn't hear you say you would release your full medical records. Why not? You have 30 seconds.
No, again, my Dr. L believes
I
that I'm
believe
fit to be
that-
serving,
with
and
the
that's what I
believes.
believe
And
is
he has
where
a belief.
I'm standing.
He believes in
Okay,
Christ. I think.
So we can't see your records.
Right.
That's simple yes or no.
Just say no.
Just say no, right.
Yes.
I
Hey,
think
no,
I got
you can't
that.
see my records, right.
Yes.
Say it again,
I
Chris.
think I got that one right too. I'm 2 for 2. Look at me go.
That's me, not them.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna lie about it.
Oh man.
It wasn't a lie. It was an obfuscation.
Well,
A lie's a lie's a lie.
did you see, I'll tell you, the elephant in the room.
Big elephant.
And let's also talk about the elephant in the room.
You are the.
What is that thing
Good
on
night,
his
everybody.
neck?
He looks like Bill Goldberg, kind of.
I was thinking the dude
Down
from
there.
Happy Gilmore,
Also, what is it?
Pumpkinhead,
I like him.
Sling Blade.
Somebody did a, the face switch.
Yeah.
It's
right?
Halloween time, so
Oh,
make
yeah,
it
happy
festive.
Halloween, John Fetterman style.
Pumpkinhead.
But there is something on that neck. It is interesting. Let's see. What else do I got here? I got
This and so much more.
this and so much more.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and star.
But, yeah.
So now we come back around with things that you told us to hold off on.
Yeah. Let's get into this because who was bringing up that he was complaining? You said that Chris. You said that the teleprompter person was screwing up.
Correct.
Well, Nexstar, because Fetterman campaigns claims that the closed captioning was filled with errors. Nexstar, the company, refutes it.
Not to be confused with Gangstar the rapper.
Like this could
Or
be a
World
lawsuit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A defamation.
Yeah.
So, Pennsylvania Senate candidate John Fetterman's campaign is alleging that the closed captioning system used to assist the Democrat in Tuesday's debate against Republican Dr. Mehmet Oz was slow and full of errors, a claim the debate host refutes.
It's all on tape.
Yeah, right.
If there any error, you can see it
Right.
on, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you can see at the rate in which they're, so there's an actual person typing these.
Yeah, like one
They
of those
get
court
an-
transcribers.
Yeah, they get a stenographer. They get a live feed, and they get they hear and they're typing. Because a friend of mine tried to do this, and you have to be 97% accurate, and you have to have like a 200 word per minute on the keys.
Well, Nexstar rebuked the allegations from the Fetterman campaign, saying in a statement, the Democrat did not utilize all of the opportunities he was given before Tuesday night. So they had two practices scheduled, for this guy to get this system down. He canceled one and just went to the one. I could only imagine why he canceled the other one, because he's not feeling well. This guy's not doing well.
But they want him out there.
Nexstar said it offered both candidates 2 rehearsals, but Fetterman elected to do one. Yeah. So nonetheless, the host, also the host of the Fetterman Oz U.S. Senate candidate debate, well, he goes, the system, the closed captioning system demanded by a recovering stroke victim was fine. So, but nonetheless, this went viral. This went
As
viral.
lieutenant governor, you're running for a seat that could decide the balance of power in Washington. What qualifies you to be a U.S. senator? You have 60 seconds.
Hi, good night, everybody.
Dude, that is a Joe Biden worthy line right there, man.
He that basically summed up his career right there.
Yeah.
Hi, good night, everybody.
I mean,
you would think so. You would think so.
That's worse than free end quote. Repeat the line.
Yeah.
But since we're doing all this, we are bullies for doing this. By the way,
No.
Oz is a bully for what happened last night.
No.
We're pointing out.
Would
the
you be
obvious.
in a position to have that much power to make that much life changes? You got to be in a steady mind. But lately, boy, yeah.
No. Look, like they said, I mean,
Stop paying his tracks with that.
we chose to bully a stroke victim. Okay? Here, they said on The View.
I was a stroke victim.
It's really strange. It was really strange to me that he chose to bully a stroke victim. Yeah.
And this is what they say when they know that their guy lost big time.
Boy, but it's politics. And
Well, here's the thing.
What's her political background?
I'm getting tired of
Right?
it.
Like he
She's
obviously was
a former
bullying him.
prosecutor.
And, I don't think the people of Pennsylvania or the people in general liked that, because Fetterman raised one.
Dude,
They did
she's
a
never
poll.
been to Philly.
They did a poll, okay? The channel that hosted this, WIPX or whatever that is, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they had everyone already picked, for their poll. They had their Republicans, their independents, their Democrats, right? Who won the debate? It was 87% for Oz.
Yeah, and it was 18.
Right,
Who
right.
were the 18? Is there like an
Right.
18%,
Isn't that something?
margin of error?
So yeah, we're all bullies, but that's them. Then that's what they're going to be using.
Well, here's the thing, though. I've been hearing the replies to this, and they had a point. The one doctor said it takes about 6 months to recover from what he had if he did the proper therapy, which, in his lieutenant governorship, he has all the opportunity in the world to do. So this is allegedly to be about as good as he's going to get. And on top of that, if you were going to give that kind of static to Fetterman, you should give that kind of static to Fetterman, because you guys, bulldozed Trump for having leather bottom shoes on a ramp.
When he was walking down the wet ramp. by the way.
And then remember the water?
Yeah.
Remember the
they're
water?
drinking the
Oh,
water.
he's unfit for president because he can't drink a glass of water. This guy can't put 2 sentences together.
Trump does rallies for hours.
Give him medical leave, if anything.
Hours. Well, nonetheless, here, let me play catch up here. Well, so this guy, remember Chris Cuomo? They got fired him from CNN.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right, Fredo.
Yeah. He called in a favor, and now he's like on
So he's on this News Nation channel.
Yeah.
It's a smaller state. Hey, good for him. I don't mind. I don't want people unemployed.
Gotta make your money.
Right. Well, it's very interesting about because he had
Definitely,
and he leans left, Cuomo. So he had a bunch of
no
people
kidding.
hanging in there. And watch what this guy says.
I'm an independent, by the way. I was definitely leaning towards Fetterman, and I think I have totally changed to the Oz side.
Why?
I felt that Fetterman just looked like he didn't have command of the facts. I do think his condition, unfortunately, is going to affect his ability to do the job. I thought Oz was pretty clear on the issues, and I thought he presented himself well and definitely threw out some plans where I didn't see any plans coming out of Fetterman.
All right, appreciate it. Not surprised that it made you change, but who knows? Between now and Election Day, you may change again. Eric, I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
See that, Eric? He knew you. All right.
You're welcome.
Jess.
And this is Chris Cuomo. He's a lefty guy. This isn't Fox News bringing out somebody saying, "Oh, I'm changing my vote."
Wasn't it like, aren't you a big fan of his brother?
Who, Andrew?
Yeah.
I was never a fan of the Cuomos. I didn't like Mario. I'm glad freaking Pataki beat him in that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right.
And then Giuliani.
You know, Tucker, though. I loved watching Tucker.
No, Chris. Yeah, I mean.
So the Fetterman-Dr. Oz debate just ended. Holy smokes, full-blown 30-car Amtrak derailment for Fetterman. Here he is explaining how he handled inflation.
Here's what I think we have to fight about inflation here right now. That's what we need to fight about inflation. You know, right now because it's a tax on working families.
Tax?
You know, and Dr. Oz can't possibly understand what that is like.
Oh, it gets better. If that guy's elected senator
What's up, Gail?
from the state of Pennsylvania, you'll have real concerns about the system being legitimate. We'll have the whole thing tomorrow.
Now, if I was a Democrat and I was totally against fracking and all that other stuff, and I knew that I was going to vote for Fetterman because he specifically said, I am against fracking, and then he showed up on that podium and said, I've always been for fracking, I'd have been like, no, I'm done.
He's a public shill.
Yeah, I would have stopped right there.
The problem is they've already had, this is their first and only debate, and they've already opened the absentee voting.
Yeah.
Early voting.
The early voting. So it's too late now to change your vote.
For some, and that's why Election Day is a great day to go vote. But check this out. This is I'm on the Tim Pool's Twitter, and he's pulling this from Real Clear Politics. Look at the they take the aggregate because you got so many polls out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Real Clear takes all those polls and then takes the median.
Filters them.
Right. Yeah. It divides, okay, this by this, and here's the average of all of these polls. Well, after last night's debates, here's what it's looking like now. And it looks like they are saying Republicans, after the midterms, will have 53 Senate seats, and the Democrats will be down to 47.
So it'll be a lame duck session for the next 2 years, if it goes the way that they're casting.
Right, because you got Biden as the executive.
I'd laugh if Colorado and Oregon flip.
I'm not so sure, though. I still have doubts, and that's why you have to go out and make sure you bring your friends and go vote.
Oh, I would love for New York to flip.
Remember Predict It? This is the betting site. This is where people follow the money.
I told you people go start betting on it.
So,
I should have came up with it first.
Follow the money. All right, here you go. They are saying which party will win the U.S. Senate election in Pennsylvania. It is Oz at 67 cents compared to Fetterman's 39 cents. Here it is after that debate.
Dang, son.
It was pretty neck and neck on the betting wise.
Yeah.
And then
it jumped.
Then last night's debate.
Wow. And then just vice versa, the other side tanked.
Yeah. Yeah, New York, that would be nice though, huh?
And it could happen.
You think so?
I think so.
Because they had they had the debates for the New York governor.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been a New York governor since Pataki. And you got Lee Zeldin, who wasn't even close, but it looks like he's inching his way closer. I don't know, though.
You got the
it's so blue.
Even before the whole New York thing, like even if they didn't debate, I think that most of these guys be closet voting, especially after those buses started dropping people off in the middle of the neighborhood.
I want to be hopeful for New York. Well, I did get a little hopeful.
That lockdown lasting that long, I'm sure they're gonna try to want a clean house.
Here's their now Hochul, as you know, because Cuomo they got rid of him. They Me Too'd him to get out of there. You know what I mean? Because they wanted to put a female in there. Okay.
Right.
And so So Hochul, she's in there now, and their election's coming up for November. Lee Zeldin, congressman, okay, Republican guy. He's like, enough is enough. Run. I'm going to run for governor. Well, he wasn't doing well. Remember the assassination attempt debate that we had?
Yeah.
Where the guy came up to him with the cat ears with the self-defense thing? Well, crime is the big issue in New York right now.
Yeah, and then Zeldin had a shootout in front of his house.
In front of his house, right. With his kids inside, right?
Yeah.
So, crime. That's the big topic. All these videos that we watch from New York, what are they?
Oh, repeat offending crimes.
It's the subways, it's the McDonald's, right?
First of all, you can either work on keeping people
Holy
scared,
Nancy
or you
Pelosi.
can focus on keeping them.
She kind of looks a little bit like, and I'm not saying
The teeth, the lips.
I'm not
the
saying she's
neck
ugly.
folds.
If that Saw doll didn't have makeup on,
What's it?
Jigsaw,
Yeah.
right?
She looks like a Pelosi sister. Like she could be Nancy's sister.
She's got the same cheekbones as Saw. Okay, here. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's just go into it.
People scared, or you can focus on keeping them safe.
I think they have the same
I have worked hard to have real policies that are making a difference. And as you mentioned, that data is still being collected. But I did focus on bail reform in our budget. That's why the budget was 9 days late, because I insisted on common sense changes. But there is no crime-fighting plan if it doesn't include guns, illegal guns. And you refuse to talk about how we can do so much more. You didn't even show up for votes in Washington when a bipartisan group of enlightened legislators voted for an assault weapon ban. I mean, we lost on...
Yeah, because he's pro-Second Amendment.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's pro-Second Amendment.
By the
Another
way, your Saw
child and a
character is
teacher
Billy.
yesterday in St.
Say it again?
Your Saw character is Billy.
Oh, the doll's name is Billy?
Billy Saw.
That's right. Because Jigsaw is the guy pulling the strings in the back. Yeah, that's right.
Louis, because people will not support what I was able to get done here in New York, and that is a ban on assault weapons for teenagers. You can't even do that. It's quite extraordinary. But it's
legal
about
anyway.
getting guns off the streets.
I did
That's
nothing,
the first.
but I made it look like something.
She made it extremely difficult after she got smacked by the
Supreme
Supreme
Court.
Court.
Yeah.
That, no, you can't make it so that there's a special reason for you to have a concealed carry permit. They said, no, you will issue concealed carry permits.
Start. We have more to do, but I'm the one to do it.
Did you want to respond? Yes.
Yeah, of course. Unfortunately, Kathy Hochul believes that the only crimes that are being committed are these crimes with guns. And you got people who are afraid of being pushed in front of oncoming subway cars. They're being stabbed, beaten to death on the street with hammers. Go talk to the Asian American community and how it's impact them with the loss of lives. Jewish people targeted with raw, violent anti-Semitism on our streets. It just happened yet again. We need to be talking about all of these other crimes, but instead, Kathy Hochul's too busy patting herself on the back. Job well done. No, actually, right now, there should be a special session. The state legislature should come back and they should overhaul cashless bail and these other pro-criminal laws with zero tolerance. But they're saying, elect me. She says, elect me, and then you'll find out where maybe I'll stand on this issue in January.
Sounds like, remember Obamacare? No, we'll just vote on it, and then we'll find out what's in it.
Yeah.
Well, and that, like, Biden's presidential run, he was like, you'll have to wait to find out
Yeah.
if
That it was
I'm elected.
nothing. You
They're
get
not being-
nothing.
Here's more on the crime.
They're not being represented from this governor, who still, to this moment, we're halfway through the debate, she still hasn't talked about locking up anyone committing any crimes.
Because the big problem is, it's, okay, you commit a crime. You know what? Sorry, you're out. Cashless bail.
Yeah.
Come back to court on this date. Oh, they didn't come back to court? Oh, damn.
Yeah.
We'll get them next time when they commit another crime. Then they commit a crime, cashless bail. They're back in the thing. Well, you know, hey, I just pushed people off the subway. So what? I'm out. I didn't, yeah.
Okay.
Anyone who commits a crime under our laws, especially with the change they made to bail, has consequences. I don't know why that's so important to you. All I know is that
You think they care?
Did you hear that?
Here we go.
Did you hear that?
Here we go.
consequences.
He's talking about crime. He's bringing up crime. It's a number one issue in the state of New York. That, with a close, of course, inflation and prices.
don't know why that's so important to you. All I know.
But she goes, I don't know why that's so important to you. Because it's the most important issue for the state of New York.
He looks like a mad Mark Zuckerberg right there.
he made to bail has consequences. I don't know why that's so important to you. All I know is that we could do more.
Well, when I say
we
that
could
we
do
should
more.
remove
Excuse me, I'm speaking.
Sure, go ahead.
We could do so much more. If there was a nationwide ban, but certainly a state ban on teenagers being able to get guns, assault weapons. I mean, that's what happened.
Yeah, my daughter's so mad that she can't own her own AK-74.
You know, they brought up, you know, New York had had some of the biggest lockdowns and mandates and everything, right? You know, we did a lot of reporting on that, and we're like, this. Well, it gets brought up during the debate.
You've been an election denier, a climate change denier. You and Donald Trump were the masterful COVID deniers. We are dealing with a real crisis. And the more people get vaccinated, get those shots in arms. And I would do it all over again what I did last year, that mandate for healthcare workers.
I would do it all over again.
Look at his face, dude. That right there is the face of a guy who's about to
again.
snap, like the knife hand's getting ready.
He's done, and he's a
Mr.
reservist.
Zeldin, public school students are required to be vaccinated for everything, from chicken pox to measles. But you've said you will not require COVID vaccines for students, but the CDC is recommending it. Can you explain your thinking?
Sure, and where my opponent just said she will not mandate COVID vaccines at this time, let me be clear to all of the parents who are out there. I will not mandate COVID vaccines for your kids ever. I don't believe that there should be COVID vaccine mandates right now for our kids at SUNY and CUNY and community colleges and elsewhere, where just over a year ago.
What is she doing with her face?
She's got Nancy Pelosi face, man. It's all plastic.
For a year ago, a whole bunch of heroes were turned into zeros, tens of thousands
Yeah,
of
remember
people
them?
because
Oh,
of
yeah.
my opponent's healthcare worker COVID
Joe.
vaccine.
What about polio
Out of a
vaccine?
job.
Would you?
I believe that. Can I just finish the point? I believe that that mandate was wrong, and that everyone who is.
First of all, and I think he addresses this, the polio vaccine is a vaccine.
It
This
actually
COVID
works.
vaccine is not a vaccine. It's a
Mhm.
treatment.
It has no efficacy
Right.
whatsoever.
Right. Right. If you get the polio vaccine,
you cure from
you're
it.
good.
Nobody's suddenly
You
falling
ain't
over.
never
from
gonna
a
get it
polio
Right.
vaccine.
No, it's spread. You get the COVID vaccine,
you can
guess
still
what?
get COVID.
You still get COVID. You still
And
spread
spread
it. And your heart might get bigger.
The flu vaccine's not mandated.
Sorry, I didn't say that, YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back.
Been fired should be offered their jobs back with back pay, and there shouldn't be any special.
Yeah, all the ones that got fired.
$40,000.
Chris, can you look that up? There was news today about all the healthcare workers in New York that got fired for not getting the shot. Well, I think a judge just ordered that they had
Yes, they did. A judge did order that the
reinstate them with back pay.
with back pay.
Yeah. Could you find that article?
Look at that face, dude. Her face
And that
is
everyone
pure
who
evil.
has been fired should be offered their jobs back with back pay, and there shouldn't be any special celebrity COVID vaccine mandates like what
Remember
we
that
saw
one
for
with the
people who play
baseball?
for the Mets
Oh, yeah.
or the Yankees or the Nets. If you want to have a
Concerts.
special celebrity,
Yep. The celebrities coming in. Mhm.
You want to come to my concert, you have to get vaccinated.
You know
But
she
the
holds
performer
stocks in
doesn't have
Pfizer.
Yeah.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
how about the NYPD officers, FDNY, teachers, healthcare workers? I do not support COVID vaccine mandates in any way, shape, or form. You want to deal with a healthcare worker shortage upstate in hospitals, having services impacted? Well, then offer the people their jobs back. And by the way, do it with back pay.
So it goes. This is coming from Fox 17 Nashville.
Uh-huh.
It says, New York, a Monday ruling from the New York State Supreme Court will compel public employers in New York City to both rehire anyone they let go because of the city's vaccine mandate and provide those terminated workers with back pay for any time that they may not have been allowed to work as a result of the mandate.
Yeah, and you know what Hochul said? No, I'm not going to do it.
You have no choice.
I'm not going to do it. Well, now it's going to have to go to the state Supreme Court. That's from the state Supreme Court?
That's from the state Supreme Court.
Right. Well, now she wants to make it a actual U.S. Supreme Court case? Oh, boy.
So my whole thing is hold her in contempt.
Oh, boy. Because, yeah, she's saying, no, I'm not going to do it.
I know where I've seen her from now.
Where's that?
Do you remember that old Disney movie Cinderella? That's the grandma.
You think it's a Cinderella grandma?
If there was like a real life casting or whatever it was called, that would be the grandmother right there. Those looks are only just pure evil.
He was outside of the he was outside of the debates there.
You want more crime in the city and I'm the idiot, yeah. That's why you want more crime, right? Yeah, that's why they keep messing with that bill reform.
You want to protest behind a barricade, right?
What is that?
See, hear what he said? He goes, see, yeah, okay, you want more crime in the city? Yeah, yeah.
More crime, right?
Those are, he's saying that to the Hochul fans.
You want to protest behind a barricade,
Look
right?
at that. What kind of mustache was that? Oh, wow. Wow.
Oh, boy.
That's an upside down cross, man. Couldn't it?
Oh, boy.
Only in New York, man.
Babe, what does that one sign say that the guy's holding?
No.
Ho, you, cho.
Get out of your cage. You're free. You're free. Be an American. You're free.
Oh, wow.
Look at that. Just
Oh, wow. That was
real quick.
smooth as molasses.
Wow. Oh, boy.
You're free.
Yeah.
You're free.
No, boy.
Like right at the camera.
Look at them. Sheep. Sheep.
Still wearing masks, dude.
Yeah, but not even wearing a mask.
Maybe
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe it's to keep the beard on.
Bae, what'd you say about this? It's a cult?
Yeah.
You say in the black community, if you don't wear a mask, you get shunned?
Yeah, some places will.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You can't even go to some funeral homes.
That's crazy. The person's already dead. I hear they put a mask on the dead person in the coffin
No,
in
they
black
don't.
funeral homes.
Wow.
No? That's what I heard.
No. Well, yeah.
Kathy Hochul is a hoe. Kathy Hochul is a hoe.
Straight New York, man.
New York.
Make AOC bartend again.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But yeah, I just find it crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's not a vaccine.
It's not. It's a treatment.
See?
And it shouldn't be forced on anyone.
It's a treatment with low efficacy.
This, someone sent this to me. This is in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? See that sign?
Right there.
It's Zeldin, right? This is Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Watch this. And guess what? They're not ripped down. They're not taken down.
You know what's...
They're up and they're all over the place.
Yeah. They all down the street right there.
Not one has been removed or taken away.
I guess that's why they put so many.
As much as I doubt, Zeldin's gonna win, I don't know, man.
That's so true, Tim.
Like, holy shit. And Eric, like you just said, this is... See, Ed, you're in Rockland, New York still, right? The only reason I'm watching New York and rooting for Lee is because all of the crime is spilling over into my area
Right.
and many areas across the Hudson.
Uh-oh, you know in the Hudson area.
What's up,
they
Gail?
Get it. It's all different now.
Gail says, what does that sign say? All of those signs were for?
Lee Zeldin.
Lee Zeldin, the
They're
Republican,
smart,
in
though.
Brooklyn.
They're smart. They put them all next to, like, trees and poles and stuff so you can't run them over.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. You know what? Right, you get one of those, because we've seen those videos. With the triggered, triggered
Idiots.
Wokus.
The idiots, yeah.
I still want to run over a sign, though.
Geiger says they just had lazy workers stick them a long stretch and didn't go door to door.
Well, that because, you know, they probably figured that 95% of them were going to get ripped down before the day was over.
Well, not only that, but if you can't go to door in, like, Brooklyn and stuff because there's not a yard to put them in.
Yeah, it's all stoops.
Cassius
it's
Bale.
not like here.
Yeah, she said, I'm going to do it again. You know, I'll
do it again?
Lock down, force the vax. Right.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Hey, why don't you just ask me, hey, you want your life to go through hell again for your safety?
Look, feel free to leave those states. Come on down. Tennessee welcomes you. Just leave your
Just know why you're leaving.
Right.
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 Dude, can you at least give like a different county, though? Clarksville's getting kind of packed.
How about this one?
I said Tennessee.
Dixon and Whitmer. So in Michigan, there's a governor race.
Uh-oh,
a
two girls now.
gubernatorial
What are you
race.
going to say?
Oh,
Cat fight.
I love me some friggin' Dixon.
sure don't
Sorry,
like
Nixon. Sorry. Tudor Dixon. Yeah, she's fantastic. So I don't mean to have a girl crush or anything, but so Whitmer was another lockdown in Michigan, doing everything.
Wait, so you're
Forced
already
the
over
jab.
AOC?
Whitmer was a lot like Himmler.
AOC, I don't know.
Heinrich?
Yeah.
So they had their debates, and Gretchen Whitmer, Tudor Dixon participated in their final debates for the Michigan gubernatorial race on October 25th, yesterday. So Gretchen Whitmer, Michigan, she's the governor, and Tudor Dixon, she's the Republican going against her. Well, the very first here, I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at some of these.
After all that pain she put those people through, she had a double-digit lead.
Last week, the CDC recommended adding COVID-19 vaccines to the recommended immunization schedule for both children and adults next year. Got to be very adamant about this. This is not a mandate. This was a recommendation. This happens every single year. So as governor of Michigan, do you take them up on that recommendation and make sure that the COVID-19 vaccination be required for school attendance, Mrs. Dixon?
Yeah, I want to be very clear about this. This is a parent's decision. There will never be a mandate for the COVID-19 vaccine for children to go to school in a Dixon administration. I'm anxious to hear what Gretchen Whitmer has to say because she was forcing the vaccine on people. You remember her program, Vax to Normal? You could only get your liberties and freedoms back if you got your neighbor vaccinated. She will likely push this on your children. I want you to know that I will never push the COVID-19 vaccine on your children. That is your choice, and it will always be your choice as long as I am your governor.
That's the winning statement.
That's how.
Look at that look. That look. I owned it.
Yeah, she knows. That's
Look,
like
that's
mic
smart.
drop without mic drop.
Yeah.
That's right.
She over here rap battling.
And studies show we saved.
This one's Whitmer.
All right.
Here's Whitmer.
You saved how many of those old people that died in nursing homes?
And studies show we saved thousands.
Oh,
I
no.
am
Yeah, but you killed tens of thousands.
proud of that. But
in
while
those
I
nursing
was
homes.
getting death,
Her and friggin'
Cuomo
over there in New York with the, and same thing in Jersey with what's his name? How can I forget this crap?
Yeah.
Who I think, oh man, that guy lost. He lost that Jersey governor's race. Allegedly.
threats, saving lives during COVID. My opponent was sowing conspiracy theories. She was saying that kids couldn't get impacted, no need for masks. She even said vaccines carried the mark of the beast and government trackers. It's that kind of foolishness that.
No, she didn't.
Yes, they do with the trackers.
Oh, what's up, Ed? Ed tells me
You
that
know,
he's between the Lincoln Tunnel and
if
the
you got the
GWB.
COVID shot,
You know
you
where
will
we had
get
other questionable elections last November. Yes, sir. Yeah, but back to Whitmer. You're right.
Of the beast and government trackers. It's that kind
But
of
listen.
foolishness that actually endangers people. If she had been governor during COVID, thousands more people would have died.
Mrs. Dixon?
If that were at all true, why would I have gotten the vaccine myself? The governor is being dishonest once again, but that's what you do when you don't have policies to run on. When you
Right. She's just making up lies.
Son, she just did she pulled the DeSantis card.
Hey, I freaking got the thing. You know what I mean? Again, her body, her choice.
Right?
Right.
Wow.
Oh.
And why do you wear this outfit, Whitmer? I mean, I'm no fashion police, and don't get me wrong. Maybe tone it down a little bit, Tudor, on the shoulder pads. Delta Burke called. She wants her designing women outfit back.
If that were at all true, why would I have gotten the vaccine myself? The governor is being dishonest once again, but that's what you do when you don't have policies to run on. When you killed more seniors than almost any other state. When you were told to stop the policy, but you kept it going. When you had such extreme unemployment fraud that you lost $8.5 billion worth of taxpayer money. She crushed our economy. 3,000 businesses, 3,000 restaurants died under Gretchen Whitmer and never came back. She kept our kids out of school.
Mrs. Dixon, I'm sorry, I have to keep us on time.
Oh.
Thank you. One more rebuttal.
It sounds like the moderator was like listening along.
Yeah,
like, and then she
It's like, oh shit, yeah, guys, hey.
Yeah, listen to that. That was very
3,000 restaurants died under Gretchen Whitmer and never came back. She kept our kids out of school.
Mrs. Dixon, I'm sorry, I have to keep us on time. Thank you. One more.
It's like he's got a crush on her or something.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
I
lost
mean,
in her eyes.
how could you not?
Yeah, I know.
I feel more like a UFC.
I think you know what our priorities are.
My opponent is a liar and he cannot be trusted. What he is saying is simply not true. Do not believe it.
Oh, man.
You see how she's already trying to jump on that train saying that Republicans are going to literally steal the next election?
Yeah, Hillary. Right.
Yeah. I was like, oh, well, nobody saw that coming.
And Ed goes, watch her, because Whitmer did that fake FBI infiltrated that tried to kidnap her. Remember?
Yeah.
The white supremacy group tried to kidnap her.
The one that was
a
like
bunch of FBI
65%
guys.
FBI, yeah. And there's like 3 guys that actually talked into doing it.
Well, yeah, he goes, Ed goes, watch her do another stage kidnapping right before the election. Here's my last one from that debate.
We need to come together and solve
Here's
the
Whitmer.
problems.
Beetlejuice.
as governor for, 4 more years, I hope.
Oh, she's doubting something, huh?
4 more years, I hope to have the opportunity to continue this service. I had children out of school for several years. Like many of you, I had a small business crushed, and like many of you, I lost a loved one. Gretchen Whitmer doesn't want to be defined by her carelessness, her dishonesty, or her hypocrisy during that time. But even if we didn't look at that, we would look at her governorship as a disappointment. Her radical policies have crushed the state. Her choices have been destructive. But don't worry, there is another choice. Michigan, you're not better off now than you were 4 years ago. Nope. In fact, we're in the top 10 for crime in the nation. We're in the bottom 10 for reading and math in the nation. We lost 82,000 jobs, and we lost more small businesses than any other state. Gretchen Whitmer will stand on this stage tonight and tell you that's success. But you've all felt the pain of her failure, and you deserve better. If you choose me as your governor, I will put cops over criminals. I will put parents over politics. I will put students over systems. And I will make sure that we put money back into your pocket and we do a better job with the money that we have. I'll bring back common sense, and I will make sure that we have better schools, more jobs, safer communities, and reliable roads. I want to be your governor, and I want to bring back a family-friendly Michigan. I ask for your vote on November 8th, and I promise to serve you well. God bless you.
Yeah. But again, I don't know. Might be a little too late.
I don't know. If they win, Joe, maybe we might need a satellite station in Detroit.
Here is that predicted again. You know where you bet?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going up there. Or which party will win the 2022 Michigan gubernatorial race? The Democrats, 69. Republican, 36.
Dude, I'd put something on the Republican Party.
I would take that bet.
Yeah.
Because
that's a good
so
payoff
she dropped,
right there.
Huh? So they're going to go with Whitmer.
They might. But again, I don't know what to make of these betting things.
Well, I think they're betting that way because, somebody might have some more camera equipment to bring in at 3 a.m.
Well, take this Michigan right here, okay? At the beginning of October, Governor Whitmer held a 10-point lead, right? Well, according to RCP, remember that Real Clear Politics?
Politics, yeah.
Okay. As of Tuesday, RCP showed that the lead shrunk to just 3.1 points. Do you know what I mean? Which is in the margin of error.
Yeah.
Right.
And that poll doesn't reflect Tuesday night's debate.
Well, I think she smashed that debate.
Of course.
She did.
Just looks alone.
And all shit.
I'm sorry.
Hey, so somebody in the comments brought up something about Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Geiger. Geiger brought up that postal Jeep that blew up with the ballots in it.
Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun. If I could whistle, I would do the
X-Files.
And I'll tell you,
X-Files right there, wasn't it?
yeah, X-Files. I tried.
I caught it. What are you watching, Joe?
No, this is a what's it called? This is the drag queen stripper show.
Why?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, it's
Candace's.
that was where money got sent from Black Lives Matter donations.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to watch that. I still haven't seen it yet.
You still got to send me the link.
Oh yeah, I mean no, you have your own link to Daily Wire, right? He has a subscription.
Oh, it's on the Daily Wire.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
then I can access it.
That's right.
I thought it was Netflix for a minute.
Let's see what they say about New York.
It's a shithole.
Because this is dailywire.com. Wisconsin is pretty interesting too. Wisconsin. They're going to go red.
Yeah, cheese curds forever, my friend.
Hey, don't you be knocking the cheese curds.
I love cheese curds. I eat there at that place by Academy all the time.
Yeah, you betcha, don't you know?
Yep.
Yeah, you're staying at the motel, eh?
Yeah, talk about a moose.
Yeah, those pickers.
You go Southern Canadian, right?
Well, it's the same. It's very close.
So it's like upstate New York. We call them Southern Canadians.
Yeah.
Here,
because they might as well be.
Before we move forward, let's see. What should we do?
We got some pink in there.
Here we go. Let's do
a lot of pink.
Predict it. Nah, let's move forward. Interesting. All right. Okay.
Brought to you by.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thanks again to
Blue Cord Realty.
Yeah, they rock.
for all of yours. They've got your 6.
Mm-hmm. They got your 6. If you're gonna buy a house, sell a house, rent anything, if you got property management needs, man, Blue Court's so damn good at it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
Dang, 39%.
Yeah. Biden's popularity crashes. Crashes again.
Do we know if that's inflated?
Well, here's the thing. I'm getting this from the Daily Mail, but before we get into our Biden-Harris update, Tennessee Valley Brewing Company. Oh boy, do I need a beer when I read some of these stories, though.
How many are they going to provide for us on the 8th when you have your special?
You know what? That's a great question because Tennessee Valley Brewing Company is Clarksville, Tennessee's first nano brewery. That's right, serving quality beer in a damn good time atmosphere.
And if you're not a big beer drinker, they do have cider
and pizza.
So and their food is pretty good too. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's not necessarily beer, but they do have like flavored ciders, and those are pretty good.
Yeah, go see Eric and Wendy Brandstrom. That's right, and check out their award-winning selection of brews on tap, and go see for yourself at 2088 Lowe's Drive, Suite H, by the way. And they're open 7 days a week with hosting regular events like music, comedy, karaoke, and their famous R-rated trivia.
Yeah. By some guy named Joe.
Yeah, forget about it. That's
Absolutely.
right. That's Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. So follow them on Instagram at TN Valley Brew Co. and check out their website, tnvalleybrewing.com. And that link is in the video description.
Heard they had a Halloween party coming up, Joe.
Yeah, they do. They got Halloween karaoke tonight, actually, I think.
Oh, man, who's going to sing the Monster Mash?
It was a graveyard smash.
But Tennessee Valley Brewing Company, taste the Tennessee difference. There you go. All right. So, yeah, we're talking about this, Biden-Harris update. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Send some stars if you want. Appreciate it.
Is that really a, like?
Check out the Independents. That's where you really got to be looking at.
Right.
Is where are the independents sitting on the fence? Oh. Well, they're giving Biden a 58% disapproval.
So couple that with the Republicans, you're talking.
Yeah, it's not good.
Like a 70% disapproval rating.
And not to mention the 12% that aren't saying nothing because they just. You got to at least give them 6 on that. That really they're not saying it to save face for the president.
Out of all the independents, only Vermont, the state of Vermont, has give Joe a favorable over unfavorable. And
what's the Vermont crime rate look like?
Why do independent black or African Americans like Joe Biden? What is it?
It's
what has he done?
It's Obama.
But what did Obama do? Did you know Obama gave reparations?
What?
Yeah, to Holocaust survivors.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why the Black Lives Matter movie got started.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know we caused the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Weren't we still paying Germany for blowing it up?
I don't know nothing about that. And when you mention people from Germany and blowing, just be careful, okay?
Oh, sorry.
I get crazy out
It's
there.
a good thing that we're not having to do that with Japan. I mean, we unleashed the sun on them.
But here's the thing. Check this out. Airlines charging more business class is now racist, according to Biden.
Oh, yeah. I heard that this morning.
To who? Business people?
What is this about?
So it's if you pay extra.
Yeah.
For
to go to a business class.
Yeah. For the aisle seat with neck where they got the window or whatever, so you have a little bit more leg room. He's saying that basically minorities can't afford to pay that extra.
Well, here, let's take a look.
Look at those demon eyes.
Some airlines, if you want 6 more inches between you and the seat in front, you pay more money.
Yeah.
But you don't know it until you purchase your ticket. Look, folks, these are junk fees. They're unfair, and they hit marginalized Americans the hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color. They benefit big corporations,
He just called people of
not
color
consumers.
low-income folk.
He been using that race car
Well,
since he got
no
in
different
the
than
office, boy.
no different than when he was back in his earlier part where he said that
Babe, what do you feel? What do you feel when you hear this?
They hit marginalized Americans the hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color. They benefit big corporations,
They didn't say
not consumers.
how.
Yeah, and Chris,
Boy.
you're referencing when he was talking about, what's it called?
Colored kids are just as smart,
yeah.
or just as smart
Just as good as smart kids or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Right.
The hardest, especially low-income folks and people of color.
And here's
They
the
benefit
thing.
big corporations, not consumers.
Nobody cares about this. They care about what they're paying at the pump, what they're paying at the grocery stores. Okay, they're caring about if they're going to get knocked into a goddamn subway rail.
Everybody knows the more you pay, the better your room or your seat is going to be.
That's why.
It's just like when you
Well, how
go to
much
a
is it to-
football
Who
game.
doesn't know this?
When you go to a basketball game.
Yes, babe.
Baseball game.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
So he's saying black people don't know that.
Cruise ship.
Spirit Airlines,
That
bro.
is-
That's the exception.
Man, and they did it with the ID cards.
Yeah. Black
With the
people.
Boy, oh.
They're unfair
you're
and
not
hit
allowed to have a license,
marginalized
apparently.
Americans, the hardest, especially low-income folks and people
So
of
that's
color.
what he was doing. That's what he was.
He's a retard.
He looking down on black folks is what
Of
he
course
doing.
he is.
It's okay.
Well, yeah, he was also the one that said he didn't want his kids going to school in an African or in a biracial jungle.
Racial jungle. Yeah. I think they
So-
also said that I'm supposed to be picking grapes in Martha's Vineyard right now or something like that. That's why.
That
I'm
was
supposed to
Pelosi.
You
Oh,
can't
okay.
because they bust him out of there.
Ah, okay.
They showed up and they said you got to leave Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah. I was supposed to pick grapes in Florida. No, oranges in Florida. That's what it was.
Speaking of diversity hire, the girl that went to that grew up in Montreal, Canada.
All of Biden's cabinet basically has been a diversity hire.
The Jamaican Indian, dot not feather, vice president there.
Yeah. The one that she was the first person ever to hear Tupac.
Yeah. So here she is.
Before he was born, she heard his album.
So he's talking about planes being racist. She's over talking about buses.
Buses being racist?
Today, 95% of our school buses are fueled with diesel fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why does she always talk? Oh, but what a perfect pause, though, huh?
That's how she got there.
The face she's used to making. That's how she made it. Heels up Harris.
By the way, she was born in Oakland.
Yeah. She went to school in Montreal.
Right.
Right. So, nonetheless, here she is. She always speaks to people as if everyone's children.
Yeah.
Or
very condescendingly.
Which contributes to very serious conditions that are about health and about the ability to learn.
She's picking the
Oh no! You don't understand, Joe. When that happens, somebody's about to get a sucker punch right there. You're gonna lay it down. I'm gonna lay the business down.
she's
Nose
just not a
scratch
good
right there.
speaker. Not a good speaker. Gail makes a good point about what Biden was talking about the planes. Ha ha ha! Said someone who hasn't flown commercial since 1950. Right, this guy's been in politics.
He got his own plane.
Yeah.
He been on
And about
Amtrak.
the
Right.
Helicopter too.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Who doesn't love a yellow school bus? Right? Can you raise your hand if you love a yellow school bus, right?
God.
There's
Hopkinsville
something
just wants
about
working school buses. We don't care what color they are.
She just has she has no ability to connect to people.
So there's basically two colors of school buses. You have white and you have yellow.
love a yellow
Usually
school
white's
bus,
like the
right?
President Army ones.
Just there's something about the and most of us, many of us, went to school on the yellow school bus, right?
Not my
And
neighborhood. We had to catch the
Jesus.
public bus.
Why does she talk like this?
Little trivia question on the school bus. Do you know what those three black lines on the side of it for?
Guardrails?
BLM?
No.
Oh.
So it tells firefighters where the floor is, where the seat level is, and where the shoulder level is.
Ah.
Put that in twisted trivia, Joe.
Yeah, I already knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already knew that. I think I told you that the other day.
I mean, I was a school bus driver.
This is true.
It's part of our experience growing up. It's part of a nostalgia and a memory of the excitement and joy of going to school, to be with your favorite teacher, to be with your best friends,
Is she
and
gonna
to
try to drop
learn.
something like I was one of the first people
The
to get
school
mixed
bus
schools?
takes us there. And in America,
Again.
Thank God it's over.
The crisis at the border.
How
Nobody
many-
cares about
how-
this stuff
well,
right now.
First of all, how many of them ever rode a bus?
I don't know.
Because I know some people that ain't never rode a bus.
Well, Kamala Harris said that she had to ride a bus, and it was a lie. It turned out being a lie that she had to ride the segregated bus.
Yeah, of course.
She lied. Heels up, Harris. I bet she does. Never mind. All I'm saying is you can tell by the stretch marks around the mouth, she's got a lot of practice. Yes, sir. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, just hope we don't get canceled again.
She got a deep vein going on in her throat.
Brutal beating.
And they're crazy. And their followers are crazy.
Holy crap, that dude was like Charlie Manson.
They're nuts.
Attack on Marco Rubio.
Yeah, a canvasser. Real quick, this Republican canvasser is going to need reconstructive surgery to repair his face. Damn. So, this young Rubio worker was wearing a Rubio hat and a DeSantis T-shirt, so you know it's in Florida.
Right.
This was too much for violent leftists.
Florida man.
Pray for our country. Pray for these leftist animals. I love the gateway pundit. Last night, this is from Marco Rubio's Twitter. Last night, one of our canvassers wearing my T-shirt and a DeSantis hat was brutally attacked by 4 animals who told him Republicans weren't allowed in their neighborhood in Hialeah, Florida, which I believe is Miami-Dade County. So he suffered internal bleeding, a broken jaw, and will need facial reconstructive surgery. Oh. Should we view it?
Yeah, man. Might as well. Been canceled for less.
So a second man was arrested in the beating of the Marco Rubio campaign worker.
2 guys did that?
Casanova.
Not anymore.
Well, Casanova.
He was arrested.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was arrested, right. Yeah. I ain't much on Romeo and I never been friends.
You are correct. It is Miami-Dade.
Right. Yeah, I used to party there.
Postal codes.
Allegedly.
Cocaine.
Cocaño.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So you got to be careful. You got to be careful because these crazy people, they're indoctrinated. It's a cult. It's a cult.
Look at that. He's
That's a Manson.
crying blood.
And, right? Damn. And you got a guy like Alex Stein99. You guys know who he is, right?
Never heard of him.
Oh, follow him. If you don't have a Twitter account, create a Twitter account.
I'm looking at that top. I don't know, man.
He is the best. He's the biggest troll out there to get things exposed and the conversation going. Follow Alex99. Alex Stein99.
Oh, that was the guy, the comedian who went crazy and tried to do the dad at the thing or whatever.
So he was going to speak, okay, at Penn State.
Yeah.
And, you know, these cult woke leftists who are crazy and insane protested.
Yeah, it makes
sense. And said, no, not on our campus.
Arrest her.
You will not speak because you're a fascist, right? And oh my God, they all look the same. But this guy has no fear.
No, he knows he's getting laid.
I am too, guys. I'm Primetime 99.
And he's he's all for freedom of speech.
Representation of the youth of our nation.
Look at him. I love it.
Why is there any big booty Latinas that go to school here?
Oh, boy. That's who that guy is.
Yes.
That dude right there looked like Buffalo Bill. That one guy right there.
Which guy?
The one where you just had your pointer on.
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It puts the lotion on the skin or it gets the hose again.
Would you love him? You love him?
I love you.
I'd love me real good.
Now, check this out. Just remember this girl here.
Yeah, that's the one who spit on him.
Keep an eye. Keep an eye on that one.
What about the pirate that's next to her?
Like, watch her. Oh, they all look the same. And the face masks. You know now.
Yeah.
You know what? When people do wear a face mask, I'm somewhat appreciative. 'Cause
They hide
now
in
I
their
know.
face.
Now I know.
They hide in their face.
Like I know where
Here's
you
your
stand.
sign.
Right. And it's such a shame. It's a cute girl. Like, you know, like
I think
she has potential to be a beautiful woman.
her attitude will change
When she gets older, yeah.
when she actually has to go into the real world. Right now, they're not dealing with the real world.
Like, look at her. She's like we talked about the other day. She needs a good rogering.
Well, at the same time, man, it's like I think the current stats are the average student, her age and younger, down to age of 4, spends 4 hours alone on TikTok. That's not including
media.
YouTube. That's not including Facebook.
Right.
That's just TikTok.
And this is all made up. See this sign right here? This white terrorism, white supremacy, this is all made up. It's a narrative. Yeah, you got some racists out there of all colors.
Yeah.
So, Jessica.
The world itself got racism in it.
Oh,
Not
boy.
this America.
No, right.
Jessica goes and puts, I bet her dad hasn't come. She goes,
Come
I
back
bet her
with the milk
parents are proud. And then Tim goes, Jessica, I bet her dad hasn't come back with the milk yet.
Oh boy, he left. He skipped town.
Wow.
You're stepping on my cord.
I should have been born. This is so much fun. Imagine your dick.
I have a Pfizer now. What's going on?
She hates him. She never met him. She hates him.
You notice they're the ones talking about kill fascists, stop fascists, do not let fascists speak. Isn't that kind of fascist?
They are fascist.
Yes,
The big
they are.
irony.
They just don't even realize it. And how can you let someone have so much control, emotional control over you?
Just all day.
Ed Reynolds, sexual frustration, if you ask me. There's no way these people
Oh.
are getting any.
Ed, she needs it bad. She needs it.
Because they only selling their stuff nowadays.
There's no value to it.
She needs
That's
to be
it.
able to partake in a nice frosty Dick cider.
Well, same thing. These are the same people with polyamorous relationships. They're getting more than enough.
Here, look at this. They all look the same. She's got the eyes.
She's definitely a spitter.
She's like, yeah.
And that is
yeah.
assault.
Yeah.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely Joe would date her.
She
Oh,
seem
Joe
like,
would definitely do
Yeah,
it.
probably.
she seem like she do that a lot.
Spit?
It's a professional level.
I
shit
would have
right
guessed
there.
a swallower, but that's just
Nah,
small.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
You know?
Look at that. Look at that face.
I wonder what
That's
her pronouns
she's a
are.
Karen. Look at that haircut. She definitely wants to speak to his
Look at the dude
manager.
next to her.
Hey,
She
Joe.
gets a lot of saliva.
If you
What's
throw
up, Bay?
glasses on her, she look just like the other girl that
Bang?
was enraged.
Yeah.
Bay, it's very interesting that you say that. Though. Let's see. What do I got?
Pull up cue number 4.
Yeah. Bay, are you talking about this one?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, she's back.
Look, ain't that the same one?
Yeah, it's right there.
Similar.
No,
It's similar,
no,
but it's
'cause-
not. Look
But
at
it's
the
the same.
But I'm
Same
just
no,
saying.
look.
it's
Same look.
it's the same style. It's the same profile.
The hair,
The
Mm-hmm.
the
chin's
chin.
different. No,
Nah,
the
it's
chin's
same
different.
chin.
No, she got a butt chin on the top. This one's got more of a rounded chin.
Right, like this one.
Yeah, like this one. You got a nice rounded chin there.
That's all a chin.
And there's a cop sitting right there.
What's that called?
Assault.
That's assault, brother.
Yeah, spitting on someone is assault.
I want to expect that.
She does look like Julia Stiles. Yes, remember her?
From,
She did 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
And that other.
The dance movie.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful college.
Slave the last dance.
That's the one.
Free speech. Yeah, for the people that want to limit free speech, that's the future, a very bleak future. That's one of the few rights that are guaranteed to us, is the fact that we're allowed to say what we want, where we want, even if we don't agree with those views. So the sad reality is that this is the future. These people do not want to they don't want to let people speak if they have a different viewpoint. So that is the sad reality of what's going on here today. They're all a bunch of cowards. Yeah, but I'm saying you guys are cowards trying to shut it down. A guy trying to make a speech, we do want to say that.
Oh, boy. They are the most closed-minded people ever. Ever. Ever.
And it's in Pennsylvania, the place that, it all started at.
And here's the thing, too. Alex, I don't know if he's a big dude. He's a pretty big dude.
Yeah.
This guy can handle his own. And he doesn't even look like he gets triggered. He just smiles. This is a great approach.
They don't want to hear my opinion. I know, but I want to speak to you. I want to speak to you. Shut the fuck up. Wait, say that again. Shut the fuck up.
And they all got masks.
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, hey guys.
And they worry about COVID that much. Why they so close
Thank you guys
together?
for being here. I'm not scared of anybody here. I'm not a coward. I'm a pimp on a globe eating steak and shrimp.
He's got a Tucker Carlson smile.
Well, speaking of Tucker, he was just on Tucker. Yeah, and then they have to escort him out. But he was just on Tucker.
Arrived on the campus of Penn State, Pennsylvania State University. And
I remember I wanted to go there so bad when I was a kid.
Right?
I'm glad I didn't.
Don't go to these colleges. They need to be fixed, and I'm talking about all of them.
Penn State died, and they had the pedo coach.
The comedy is no longer allowed at Penn State, so angry students, very angry students, shut it down. Then they began screaming at Alex Stein, and then one got so overwrought that she spat at him. Now, if you haven't seen this video, pay close attention to the girl who spits on Alex Stein and ask yourself if you can't picture her wearing a Khmer Rouge uniform executing people. You probably can. Watch.
Look at the dude in the back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
He's got the
Cholo
Patriot
dude, he's just
shirt.
happy to be there.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna be railing her tonight.
He's probably just there to actually watch Alex Stein.
The hate. So is that okay at Penn State? Spitting on people? Well, we asked the president of Penn State.
Oh. What do you think the response was from the president of Penn State?
We'll look into it.
Oh, okay, yeah. We'll look into it. Even if they sent the video clip?
Yeah, we'll look
Well,
into
she's
it.
going to be busy making superhero uniforms.
Neely Benaputi, who makes $1.3 million a year at a public university, about that. Damn. Seems like criminal behavior on her campus. What do you think of this? But she wouldn't say. She's taking a pass. Apparently, she endorses it. Neely Benaputi.
Oh, no.
Look at that thumb in the
$1.3 million
background.
a year. And this is happening, and she can't say word one about it. And yet, Penn State tells us that Alex Stein doesn't share their values. Okay. Alex Stein shares our values. He joins us tonight. Alex Stein, great to see you. So why do you think she gets spit at by a woman at a mob on Penn State's campus? You have to be driven away by police. Why can't the president of Penn State, Neely Benaputi, say that's wrong?
Well, because this is an indoctrination camp from middle school to high school to college. These
There it
kids
is.
are radicalized to have these leftist
See, he knows.
ideologies that
Starts
are
with
not
TikTok.
beneficial to society. So these people actually literally spit and assault us in public, and they're defended by their administrators. So
Yeah.
this is the sad reality in which we live in. And Tucker,
That's
I want to make
assault.
this point. I want to start off by making
Yeah,
this point.
agreed.
A lot of people
No,
have
that's
protest
assault.
footage went viral. They say,
You
"You're
think
fearless."
PA cops are
Don't
actually
you get
funded?
scared when you go in front of these protesters? And I want to say this. Today's October 25th.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
brings
wanna be
up why he's not
emotional. My mother
scared.
died.
Check this out. Of why he has no fear when he's doing this. Because he's surrounded by hatred. Do you know what I mean? Those people, if those cameras weren't there, would be doing something.
Yeah.
Physically.
Yeah.
just
to
like old,
damage this guy.
like that Rubio dude.
Right.
Yeah.
If there was no cameras, and this is why he has no fear.
Phyllis, don't you get scared when you go in front of these protesters? And I want to say this. Today's October 25th. I don't want to get emotional. My mother died 1 year ago today, and she died in my arms from the protocols in the hospital giving remdesivir without my authority. So watching my mom die, there's nothing scarier than that. So me seeing a bunch of idiot college kids spit on me and yell at me, I have no fear. And that's what I want to try to express to the people out there. She spit on me, but the government and these people that are in
Yeah,
power
just
are
read
spitting
that.
on us every day and telling us it's raining. So all I want to do is
Raquel Red might have
I'm
the
sorry,
comment
man.
of the day.
I'm sorry, dude.
She looks like she cries during sex. I'll tell you, I would do her. And she would feel a lot better. She wouldn't be as angry, and she wouldn't have that much saliva left to spit on Alex Stein.
Tonight on Tucker Carlson, podcaster Joe Padula is now sued by Penn State.
It's trying to wake people up to the harsh reality in which we live in,
Penn
Tucker.
State's Julia
Well,
Stiles.
and you are. I mean, and you are. And I don't know why the president of Penn State makes 1.2
And Raquel
million
Stein didn't cry on TV. He held it together. He did all right.
He tried to explain why she deserves a salary like that at a public
Yeah.
university.
It is
You can't
assault.
say it's
If
wrong to spit in
you're spitting on
people's
people,
faces.
That's assault.
She should
that
be
is
ashamed.
assault. I agree with
Some
that.
people I know would shoot you for that.
They say words are violence, but spit is not.
Unreal. But there you go. Alex Stein, 9'9". Definitely follow him. He's he's part of the culture war, and he's doing amazing things. Follow him on Twitter as well as Instagram.
I didn't know Edna.
Tisk Joe, hashtag Exer2.
Yeah, wait, say it again.
Tisk Joe, hashtag Exer2.
Oh, yeah.
XIER.
What does that mean, Tim?
Zer2.
Hashtag Zer2?
Yeah, well, you figure it's the
a gender.
him, her, zim, zob.
Oh,
them,
no.
they,
No, that's a girl, and she needs to be Rogered.
those, them.
She needs a good Rogering. All right, well, it's about that time. I'm glad Raquel's on the comments. Raquel's on the show tomorrow, by the way.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. Today, Darrell Brooks got sentenced. He got
Wakasha guy.
He got found guilty, convicted.
They didn't.
Okay.
They didn't convict the Ford.
No, the Ford is the Ford is free to go.
Oh,
okay.
Cashless bail.
But tomorrow,
became a
when
cashless
Raquel's on the show, Darrell Brooks. This was the case in Wakanda. It was in Wakanda.
The protest in Wakanda. Yeah,
In
I remember
Waukesha.
that.
And so last week on Raquel's show, Arcan Live, I recommend you go watch her shows there. She does a segment called Ratchet Ass of the Week. Every week she picks a ratchet ass. And Darrell Brooks was her ratchet ass of the week.
I am following her as soon as we leave.
That's a good segment right there.
Right, right.
I am hooked already.
It's actually a segment I started, and I think Raquel kind of stole it. But that's a totally
It's
different
not
story.
theft. It was
Right.
tactically acquiring.
Shots fired.
So, but nonetheless, so I want to have it so she comes on and talks about her previous ratchet ass of the week, and then kind of tease what that is going to be because her show is every Thursday. Right. So we'll do a little back scratching.
A little him and Han.
And the thing with Darrell Brooks, and I appreciate Raquel's research and everything, but I don't think she went deep enough. She was calling Darrell Brooks a sovereign citizen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he did think he was afraid of the road pirates or whatever.
Well, he was pretending to be a sovereign citizen.
Right, he was.
Because he was hiding the fact that he was a BLM activist.
And more than that, he was deeper into that rabbit
He
hole.
was black supremacy.
Yeah.
Right. And from what I understand, the BLM came to him of that area and said, no, you pretend that you are a sovereign citizen. You don't mention us whatsoever. And that's why he shaved his dreads.
You
Remember?
Don't know us from nowhere.
Right. He shaved the dreads. He was remember, Bay, I went on his all of his social media before it got deleted.
Yeah.
I went on that night. I screen captured everything, downloaded as much as I could.
We got in trouble for that.
Yeah, we got a strike for that, for exposing that stuff. But he was a rapper. Okay? I want to be a rapper.
Not a good one.
I was going to say.
Okay, yeah, right. And I got all these screenshots and everything. And now he's in that courtroom, and you could tell he's trying to, I don't know, whiten his voice. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. He did it like Dave Chappelle, oh, excuse me, sir. Right.
Not proper talk.
Yeah. But yeah, nonetheless. So yeah, Raquel will be on tomorrow.
She's still firing shots back at you, man. Talk
Who?
all that stuff today while you can.
What's
Raquel
that?
Red.
What? Talk all that shit? What? What? Because you stole some of my bits? That's okay. I don't mind.
Oh man, why can't I be here tomorrow?
It's battlefield acquisition in the culture war.
Yeah. Yeah, no. Raquel's a soldier in the culture war as well, and we appreciate your service.
Yeah, what do you think about their general now, Dylan Mulvaney?
Mulvaney. Oh, we'll talk about Mulvaney tomorrow.
Yeah. That's a good cultural general that you have to go up against.
Yeah. Biden's pushing stupid Biden. He's so dumb.
I wonder where that guy's at. Day 265, probably.
I don't know. I don't know.
I keep track of nothing like that. My kids' birthdays. I can't even tell you how many days my kids have been alive.
Eric, what'd you learn on the show today?
The world is still crazy, but if you have a good base and a good cornerstone, my friend, you'll be able to stand through the storms alive. This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. Yeah, how about them debates, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's a good UFC card, man. That's exactly what that is. It's turned into more political theater than anything.
Hi, good night.
Yeah.
Chris, what'd you learn on the show today?
Yeah, hi, good night.
Hi, good night.
Yeah.
Fetterman. Yeah.
Love one another. And put down your damn phones when you're driving.
Yes.
Put down your damn phones, period, man.
It's a weapon.
Or get one of those old phones where the numbers are raised and you can memorize where the keys are and you can type.
They put the little dot in the middle of the keypad so you know where the 6 was.
I was
or
the
5
best at texting and driving.
Yeah.
Boom. Even if it was K9, what was he? Not
T9.
K9. Yeah, K9's a dog. T9, that's it.
T9 text.
Yeah.
That Nokia, man, it was something.
And I was young, too, because I'm a millennial, when that T9 came out.
Do you remember
real
when the ringtones first came out, people were paying $5 for a bunch of beeps and boops?
I paid $1 for Rocky Fanfare.
I paid $1 for the Jay-Z Dirt on Your Shoulders. I remember that.
All back sounds.
Yeah.
I paid $1, and it was for it was this pet adoption place. They were doing a fundraiser.
Right.
So the one I bought for them, because part of the money goes to them, it was We Want Some Pussy. Right.
The Cats.
The Cats.
Yes.
Right.
The Cats soundtrack. I remember that. Yeah.
Somebody say, hey, we want some pussy. Cats.
Yes.
Right. Bay, what'd you learn today? Anything stand up for you?
Yeah, them debates.
That's crazy, man.
Do you think, Joe, before we leave, that there will be another surge of cameras in Michigan?
Sorry, time's up.
Yeah. Just those coolers and those cameras.
I don't think we can get into that.
I know.
We just got back on YouTube.
I know.
Let us have at least a day.
Yeah, it's nice to be out of YouTube, Joe.
Yeah, for now.
For graphic, violent content.
That we pulled off of your own site.
Yeah, of fireworks.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And nobody getting hurt.
Nobody good. Not one injury.
The spit shot, isn't that violence? Do you think they're going to pull us off for that?
I just thought that was pornographic.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. And again, battle buddies. That you are, because we're all soldiers now in the culture war. And it's an honor to fight by your side, shoulder to shoulder, as we said in Afghanistan, Shana Bashana. But hey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to share this video. Hit those likes, loves, whatever. And if you're on Facebook, send some stars. And we'll catch you next time on The Joe Padula Show, America's Party with a Purpose.
We love you, Clarksville. Good night.
Absolutely.
It's The Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely. One of the most amazing things to do all year round is to visit some of the world's most beautiful places and scuba dive, creating a lifetime of memories with each trip. But first, you must get certified, and that's where Water Dogs comes in. They're right here in Clarksville, and the Water Dog team makes the scuba certification process affordable, fun, and effective. They'll even help you plan your trip. So if you're an expert diver or never seen the ocean, Water Dogs Scuba and Safety is ready to help show you the experiences of a lifetime. waterdogs-scuba.com.
Salutations! This is Casey Bryant with Local Clarksville. Don't forget to download our app to find local places to eat, shop, and play. You're listening to The Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
The following is a paid advertisement for legal services.
Hello, Clarksville. Lawyer Wayne here. Yes, I am a real lawyer, and yes, I have 9 kids. Do you know what the number one complaint about lawyers is? It's not how much they cost or even how good a job they do. It's that they don't return phone calls. Well, if you go to lawyerwayne.com, I've got my cell phone number on there. You put it in your phone, and if you need a lawyer, text me. You can come down to my office at 120 South 2nd Street. We can talk about your case. I offer free consultations. Know your rights, know your options. lawyerwayne.com.
It's The Joe Padula Show.